All right, Sweet Tea, you ready, buddy?
When am I not ready, man?
So it's 3:30 a.m. on a Friday. No, I'm kidding. It's not. It's a normal hour.
I'd still be up. I don't know about you.
You're still working, but I get tired at like 9, but it's 9. Today, we're going over 11 mind games played by the narcissist and how to spot them. So, very important for you to know, the content in this video is not covered by my board-certified behavior analyst credential. And when I talk about alleged functions, they're not based on a functional behavior assessment. They're just hypothesized. And lastly, to make sure you know, I'm not trying to diagnose anyone. That's not what I do. Okay, the first game and the way to spot the narcissist is that they have a grandiose sense of importance. Now, I gotta be honest with you, Sweet Tea, Sweet Tito's. Can I call you Sweet Tito's?
Tito's, I like it.
I gotta be honest with you, when I was doing these, I was like, check, check. I'm like, wait, I have a bunch of these. But honestly, a lot of us have some of these narcissistic tendencies. And I think I'm kind of a recovered narcissist, I hope. Anyway, the narcissist has a grandiose sense of importance. They have a grandiose fake sense of brilliance and relevance to the world that's just not really accurate. The narcissist tends to take credit for anything anyone does, and they try to paint themselves in a picture, and they really believe that they are bigger than life. So in other words, the key performance indicators and the data don't really support who they claim to be. So they do a lot of things that are not authentic. They're taking pictures and selfies in front of a private jet pretending it's theirs. They claim that they're massively successful, and they define success in ways such as monetary value, and then they brag about it, and it's usually not accurate and it's not usually true. I actually feel some empathy for the narcissist. The narcissist claims they're massively successful. My personal definition of success is just being happy. The exact dollar amount doesn't matter. Who all knows you doesn't matter. It's really about whether you can be happy or not. That's just my personal definition. So happiness to me is defined as doing what you want, when you want it, and with who you want to do it at any time or day, and just doing what you want to do. That's success. The second way you can spot the narcissist in the mind games that they play is that they think that they're very special and unique, and they really believe that. So I truly believe that people do have a unique ability. If you can uncover their niche, they're massively excellent at one thing. It takes a lot of people time to figure that out, and that's one of our goals, to try to help people find their niche. But the narcissist feels like they're so special that they can only relate to these movie stars or heads of state or people that they consider to be high status people. And they may not know these people, but they like to pretend and posture as though they know these folks. A behavior hack, that's what you're here for, right? I don't just want to throw out things, I want to throw out a solution. So a behavior hack to handle that kind of situation with a narcissist, just ask them a question. Ask them, what is it, not in an arrogant way, just ask them seriously, what is it that makes you special and so unique? Please tell me what you think makes you special and unique. It would be interesting to see what that answer is. The third aspect with the narcissist is they need an unusual amount of admiration. So a disproportionate amount of admiration. So my hack or suggestion for that behavior hack would be, since they like attention, and if the behavior analytic viewpoint, if you did a functional behavior assessment, which this is not, but if you did one, it's very likely the function is to gain attention. So they need so much admiration. A hack on how you can handle that person, to try to bring out the best in that person, use attention in a way that reinforces some sort of compliments of other people. So instead of them being so worried about themselves and admiration, when you notice that person, which is very unlikely, they compliment someone else and they truly mean it, make sure you reinforce that with giving them attention. It's a good behavior hack. The exact term is called differential reinforcement of incompatible behaviors. It's very difficult for them to compliment someone and then act like they're great and need admiration in the middle of a compliment. It's incompatible. Number 4, the narcissist has a total lack of empathy. They could see someone struggling on the street and not help them. Someone may be very vulnerable and they need support or some sort of help, and they can walk right by and it doesn't even bother them. So a behavior hack I would suggest for a person that lacks empathy and can't really understand someone who's vulnerable and can't help them and doesn't care is reinforce with attention them helping someone else, just by letting them know what's in it for them if they help someone. So since they care about themselves so much, you might be able to artificially contrive a reward which will start to bring out the best in that person, where even though you're telling them it's all about them and they're getting something out of it, they might start to really learn to help other people and care about other people. It's possible. The fifth mind game and way you can spot the narcissist is that they're constantly envious of other people. The narcissist you'll find them looking for someone that they deem successful or in competition with them in some way. And instead of thinking of the world as an abundant world where a lot of people can be successful, they just fire out nasty comments. They're often, keyboard warriors or keyboard activists. So they basically want to kind of cut that person down. They want to control you. So if you're in a relationship with a narcissist, they want to control everything about what you do, what you think. They want to control your opinion. They actually want to think for you. And it's important to know that the narcissist in a relationship, they'll try to isolate you from other people with differing opinions because they see that as a threat. Number 7, the way the narcissist may play mind games with you, they'll try to exploit you, or they will exploit you at times. I remember this happening to me when I was a kid. I had a friend, I'm not saying he was a narcissist, but I spoke about this before. They'll try to figure out your deepest, darkest secrets, things that, they have you confide in them, they build trust, and then they use those deep, dark secrets against you later, and they exploit you. So I remember the example I gave before is when my sensitivity was when I was younger about being adopted. I felt very kind of vulnerable about telling people I was adopted, and this guy was the first person I told, and he made me trust him. And then at one point when he decided he used that against me and asked me to do something, I didn't do it, and then he slammed me with my most vulnerable thing by telling everyone I was adopted, which hurt me at that young age. I think I was like 9 years old. So the narcissist, number 9, will make you feel like you have to help them a lot. And you will, because you're a good person, so you end up helping them and you're there for them in need when they need you. But suddenly, the 9th factor is that they ghost you and they're not around when you need them. So as soon as you ask them for something, they ghost you and they're not responding. It's like crickets, and they're texting, you're texting and they're not. Another thing that the narcissist will do is that they will send you some positive comment or something, or give you a gift, and then they think they're smart because 4 days later from that, they'll ask you for a favor. So it's almost like a bribe, rather than just giving you something to be genuine because they're trying to give you something. They want something in return, always. The 10th factor of the narcissist, they're extremely arrogant. They can't tolerate any difference in opinion that you may have with them. My behavior hack for the person that can't stand you have a differing opinion, the best way to do it is really, it's like a one line that you say and then it's extinction, and they get no attention from you. You say, I'm okay with agreeing to disagree. And then you cut it off. You don't have to keep engaging with them because that's what they want. Last but not least, number 11, the narcissist always pretends they're the victim when you catch them in a lie or when you uncover something that's disingenuous about the narcissist. They act like they're a victim. So they often won't take responsibility for a mistake they had. They won't just say, my bad, I'll try to fix it in the future. They find a way to blame you for their own mistakes. That's all I got, Sweet Tea. What do you think?
I mean, I like it. I think all of them. I think I know a lot of narcissists now.
Yep. Like I said, I'm probably a recovered one every day. I try to do things to help people that are vulnerable. That's why we're in the business of helping people with disabilities.
I think we all have narcissistic tendencies.
That's what I think.
I think that's what it is.
I also think, yeah, exactly. Sweet Tito, Sweet Tizzle. I also think that depending on our state and our emotional state, there's times that we're more needy and we end up needing more attention that have narcissistic type behaviors. But if a person's that way every day and does not care about the ramifications, they're truly a narcissist. So thanks everybody for tuning in. I hope this provided value. This is all free content and we don't want anything from you. We just want to throw some gems out there that we think might help you work with other people and help you build relationships and help you stay out of relationships that are potentially toxic and harmful. Thanks again, guys.